Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to talk about some of the major events that have been happening for the past couple of weeks. I usually don't do these types of videos, but yeah, Trails in the Sky Remake, it took me by surprise, like it did to a lot of you. We have been talking about a possible remaster for years! And now all of a sudden Falcom takes the world by surprise, every single Trails fan out there, with a full 3D remake. And not only that, apparently it's going to have the combat scene in Trails Through Daybreak, which is kind of like mixing action and turn-based. I'll be honest, I wasn't the biggest die-hard fan of that new combat in Trails Through Daybreak, but I liked it. And the big question is that, well, yes, I'm freaking excited, like most of you. As you can see, I can't hide my excitement as much as I want to. Oh man. I'm pretty excited for this remake, but I'm a little bit afraid too. As you may already know, NIS America kinda ghosted me recently in March of this very same year, 2024. They changed personnel, fired a lot of people, fired some of the guys that were in touch with me and used to send me review codes for their games, and I used to do a lot of coverage for the Trail series or pretty much almost anything from NIS America, right? Well, I don't know what happened there, but after seeing how NIS America completely butchered the Trails Through Daybreak localization, I'm not surprised they want nothing to do with content creators like me who actually speak against this nonsense, and we will talk about this later. But first, that's the Trails in the Sky remake trailer. It's amazing, I'm excited, but I'm afraid that NIS America will get their hands on it. Hopefully not, because apparently, from what we've seen and from what I've read online, the localization will be based on the Exceed original localization, Exceed was the one that got the rights back in the day for the Steam version and the PSP version that we did get here in North America and also in Europe, I believe. So hopefully the translation will remain intact with no political agendas inserted into it. So I'm still hopeful, and hopefully Exceed Games will localize this game themselves because naturally they have the rights. And that's so. What also makes me suspect Exceed will handle this is because nothing has been shown by NIS America, nothing has been shown by anybody. It was just a very small snippet, a quick look on the Nintendo Direct, and then in Japan, Falcom did release a trailer, which is the one you're seeing right now. And yeah, I mean, NIS America hasn't shown anything, no other company has shown anything outside of Japan, so that's keeping me a little bit hopeful. Okay, so I'm very excited about these guys. Hope you are as well, and hope you're as hopeful as I am about this game not having any of its English translation altered. Well, we'll see what happens. This is great news. This is something we've been craving for years. A remake instead of the remaster we have been begging Falcom to do. Wow, Falcom loves its fans. Another thing that took me by complete and utter surprise was the Tales of Graces F remaster. That was like, holy crap. There were rumors for weeks or even months that Tales of Exilia was the one that was going to be remastered, but nope. Here was Bandai Namco telling the world, nope, Tales of Exilia, no, we'll wait on that. First, Tales of freaking Graces F, which is the PS3 original game. Well, it originally came out on the Wii, only in Japan, but then we got the amazing port that was the PlayStation 3 exclusive. Now this game will finally be available on all modern systems, just like Trails in the Sky. I don't think Trails in the Sky will be a Switch exclusive, obviously not. It's gonna be everywhere, maybe not Xbox, but everywhere else. So Tales of Graces F, this is the hardest Tales game ever made, by far, man, by far. So I'm hoping they will rebalance the difficulty a bit, at least for the easy mode. But then again, the difficulty of this game, the infamous difficulty, is what makes this game so unique and special, so hopefully the difficulty will remain intact, but also hopefully there will be an easy mode for people like me who beat the original PS3 game and swore to never beat it again. Man, I can't believe I just released this other video, 10 JRPGs that I'll never beat again, and Tales of Graces was there, and I said maybe if it gets remastered, but maybe not. We'll see what happens. I'm happy it's getting remastered. Hopefully Bandai Namco will do the same with other Tales games, or remake the older Tales games, from Legendia and below that, because man, they surely need a remake, not just a simple remaster. But Tales of Graces, this was a right call, a remaster. Now, apparently it's going to include the classic remaster features, like quality of life improvements, upscale graphics, DLCs, and there's a hint of a new episode, like some kind of epilogue, maybe what Xenoblade Chronicles did with Definitive Edition, or maybe what Final Fantasy IV did on the PSP version with the After Years. I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm excited for this, but then again, Bandai Namco kind of... Well, Tales of Symphonia, the remaster, you know what happened, right? It kind of flopped, it had a lot of technical issues, probably because it's very difficult for developers, maybe nowadays, to port or remaster games that were released on PS2 or GameCube. Maybe the resolutions are like an issue. I don't know much about graphics, but maybe that's why the Tales of Symphonia remaster was a bit of a mess, in terms of graphics. Hopefully, Tales of Graces F won't be the same case, but if it is, oh well. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Just real quick, this is kind of old news. I know everybody knows this already, but for the people who don't know, just real quick, I'm a big Fate Extra fan. So several weeks ago, like 2-3 weeks ago, the Fate Extra remake came back to life. Something that was completely announced in 2020, like over 4 years ago. And finally, at long last, the developers and publishers came out and say, yeah, it's happening, it's still real, it's still alive, and it will be released somewhere around 2025. Man, it just keeps getting delayed, like Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, remember that? Well, this is a remake, has no reasons to be delayed. But yeah, I want to talk about that a bit. While we don't have a release date yet, and it will be probably somewhere around, hopefully during the spring or at least summer of 2025, I'm very excited for this because I'm a diehard fan of the original, and the remake is something that I've been promoting, and praising since the first trailer back in 2020. And I'm very excited for it, but I'm worried. I'm worried about the Trails in the Sky remake translation. I'm worried about the translation of this Fate Extra remake, and of course, the big one, I'm also worried about the Suikoden 1&2 Remasters translation. Finally, Konami showed up in this Nintendo Direct and announced a release date, March 25, I believe, of 2025. Almost 1 year after the Eiyuden Chronicle game was released. We were all wondering for a long time why Konami did this. Why didn't they release these games in 2022? Back then everybody believed that they were trying to make some competition with the Eiyuden Chronicle, but then the Eiyuden Chronicle comes out. It got mixed reviews thanks to its political localization by 505 Games, which was trashed, universally trashed by most people, and including me. But I'm not sure. Call me paranoid, guys, but I suspect the reason why it was delayed is because, just like the Fate Extra remake, is because these companies may have involved these investors, these mafias. These mafias may have been involved in the localization, and I don't know, maybe the translation will be a bit altered, like the one in the Eiyuden Chronicle was, like the one in Trails Through Daybreak was. And I fear that's the case. Hopefully not. Hopefully they prove me wrong. And but yeah, I'm excited that they finally have a release date. We'll see what happens. I'm not getting anything on launch because I just don't trust modern publishers when it comes to video games and when it comes to JRPGs. Unfortunately, like many of you, just don't trust them anymore. So I'm not getting any of these games on launch. I'm just gonna wait to see if the localization was left intact or respected, at least. So all of this takes me to the final segment of this video that I've been meaning to do since a couple of days ago. I haven't played Black Myth Wukong, but man, in case you don't know, it's been almost 15 million copies sold worldwide. Oh my god, you know what that means? That's huge. Why is it huge? Because that's now considered as one of the fastest. I'm trembling, I'm nervous saying this because I can't believe the game sold that much. Also because I'm still excited because of Trails in the Sky remake, but man, a game like this selling almost 15 million copies in less than 1 month, worldwide. Sure, most of the sales probably come from China, but I'm pretty sure at least a few of those millions come from outside of China, which is a huge thing. Now this is one of the fastest and best selling video games in history. Like in video games have been around for almost 60 years, okay? And this is one of the most fastest, best-selling video games of all time. It's a Chinese game about a monkey. You know, not really a new brand AAA Final Fantasy or God of War or Grand Theft Auto. No, this is Black Myth Wukong, just a AAA game from China, you know? But let's face it, people, we all know why it sold that much. We all know the story, what happened at Sweet Baby. Tried to get involved with these guys, and they gave the company the middle finger. They told them, no, go to hell. I'm not forcing DEI on my game. And which is practically ruining a lot of games, and it's also ruining JRPGs. Nobody wants to talk about that, but I do. You know, a lot of JRPG sales, Eiyuden Chronicles one example, Trails Through Daybreak another example. The sales were a bit lower than the expectations because, you know, they have political agendas. And along comes Black Myth Wukong to prove to the world, to send a message that we gave these people, these evil companies, the middle finger, and we greatly succeeded and far surpassed, you know, everybody's expectations. And of course, you know, everybody in favor of these evil companies is bitching about this, but the rest of the world is just fine, probably enjoying the heck out of an amazing game with no political agendas involved. This is a message that I feel is very important, and I feel a lot of companies and a lot of developers should listen to. They will. They probably will. They will look at this and say, oh, wow. So if we stay away from the mafia and we leave our developers with free creativity to develop and write their games the way they want them to, you know, they're gonna sell more. Okay, look at what's happening with all those Disney shows getting canceled. Look at what's happening in the world nowadays in the entertainment industry. Okay, people are starting to rise against this because they're sick of it. Whether they believe in this side of the political spectrum or this other side or whatever the hell people believe, most people are tired of these agendas, okay? And Black Myth Wukong is a huge historical event in the history of the world, in the history of the entertainment business, in the history of video game business in the industry, and I hope this serves as a wake-up call to both publishers and developers to stop inserting their goddamn politics. Let's keep our fingers crossed that Trails in the Sky, the remake, doesn't suffer this nonsensical political BS. The same with the Suikoden remasters. Hopefully they will stay true to the original versions, just like the Fate Extra remake. And let's just continue, you know, let's just be hopeful. Because Black Myth Wukong, what's happening with this game right now, gives me hope. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. See you next time!